in this election in the United States of America, who do you prefer? Joe Biden or Donald Trump? And interestingly, Putin says, I prefer Joe Biden. Let's not forget that Vladimir Putin is former KGB. Russia has interfered in US elections many a time. This is such a case where the president of Russia is directly interfering in the American elections, and let me tell you how. Actually, what Putin is doing, he is actually supporting Trump. Jai Hind friends, I'm Major Gaurav Arya and you're watching the latest news of the day. A recent comment in an interview by Vladimir Putin, the president of Russia, in which, the interviewer asked him. I thought that the interview was a little bit staged, to be very honest. But he is the president of Russia, and that's it. And so the interviewer asks him, in this election in the United States of America, who do you prefer? Joe Biden or Donald Trump? And interestingly, Putin says, I prefer Joe Biden. He may be old, right? He may be old, but at the same time, he's stable. So what he is saying is that there is a certain stability to Joe Biden's decision making. Now, let's not forget that Vladimir Putin is former KGB. All right? And America says, the FBI says that Russia has interfered in US elections many a time. Right? And in the past elections where Donald Trump was, standing for president and he was elected, there was massive Russian interference, especially through social media platforms. This is such a case where the president of Russia is directly interfering in the American elections, and let me tell you how. So today, the Democrats are saying Joe Biden is our man and he's going to represent the Democrats and, go in for another term at the White House. And the Republicans, at least most of them, are saying, no, Trump is the guy. Actually, what Putin is doing, he is actually supporting Trump. Trump and Putin are old friends, everybody knows that. And every strongman in the world, whether it's Xi Jinping, whether it's Putin, even that North Korean dictator, Kim Jong, all these people are Trump's favorites because Trump wants to be like them, right? Trump has never spoken ill of strongmen and dictators. He speaks ill only of friends and allies. He hates the NATO, he hates the Japanese. He will have words against the Europeans. He's going to speak about everybody who calls America their friend. Now, here's the thing. Putin says he prefers Biden. Now, suddenly, in America, there's going to be a flurry of activity. And there are going to be a flurry of opinion pieces saying that, why is Russia supporting Biden? Russia today is enemy number one as far as Americans are concerned because of the war in Ukraine and because, America has given billions of dollars to Ukraine and billions of dollars worth of arms and dollars and political support and diplomatic support, etc., etc. So, again, after many, many years and maybe even 2 decades, suddenly Russia is enemy number one for the Americans. And here, the president of enemy number one says he prefers Joe Biden. This is like a punch in the guts for Joe Biden because suddenly, what will Americans think? Joe Biden is a man who's 82, 83 years of age. He's forgetful. He has memory lapses. He's confused. He goes to sleep in the middle of a speech. He's confused in the sense he does not know where he's going. He has to be guided, taken by hand. So this is a man almost on the verge of dementia. No wonder, this is what the Americans are going to be thinking, no wonder Putin prefers such a man because he feels that he can control, he can influence Joe Biden. It's actually the opposite. The truth is that he is supporting Trump, and Trump is somebody whom the Russians think they can control. In fact, you see, there are a lot of policies of Trump that I agree with, especially with, when you talk about immigration that happens from all over the world to the US. I'm against illegal immigration, whether it happens in the US or it happens in India, wherever it happens, I'm absolutely against it. But the fact of the matter is, what Putin has done is directly interfered in the US election process. And that was a staged interview. Why would the interviewer ask Putin? Just imagine, why would he ask the president of Russia, whom do you, how does it matter? How is it relevant to the president of Russia? I mean, it is. But do you think any interviewer, any media television anchor is going to ask the president of another country, whom would you prefer? Do you think somebody would actually ask, let us say, the UK Prime Minister, that, these two people are there in the Russian elections, whom do you prefer? Not at all. These questions are never asked. And all questions put up, especially in dictatorships or in countries that have strongmen, are vetted time and again. And this happens for most heads of state, not just strongmen, not just dictators. Even in democracies, if you were to ask a question to the President of the United States, it would have to be vetted by his office. You don't just shoot off a question to the President of the United States, or even to the Prime Minister of India, or to the Prime Minister of Britain, or President of France, or anybody. Democracy or dictatorship does not matter. When you go to the head of state, everything is filtered. I refuse to believe that this question put up to Putin was unfiltered. It can't be. This was staged, and this is a direct attempt of Russia, to interfere in the US elections. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you liked this video, and if you did, press the like button. I'll catch you again tomorrow. Till then, Jai Hind.